Hello, and welcome to CathyDslayt's SRC4U Zoom call for February 9th, 2021. To access Cathy's Zoom call, you're going to look for this banner and where it says click here, and remember this passcode. We're going to allow. Put in the password, and then join the call. We're waiting on Cathy to open up the room, and as soon as she does, we'll get started. Cathy has opened the room, and we're going to join without video. We're going to allow audio.
It is 10 o'clock. Let's get started. We got some thought-provoking things today. You know, we didn't get finished yesterday, and so I want to show you the rest of our work because we really wanted a lot of energy yesterday. And as you recall, these were all things, and because this is so subtle, you can go on in and add these things. I want to show you what we wanted. In reference to radiation, we actually didn't want much for radiation for ourselves. We wanted it for planet Earth, and we had very high benefits from these two. And you've got the whole list of all these. I'll let you look them up for yourself. But I don't know why that was. Everybody I worked on yesterday had high stress from radiation. But as far as the group, it came up, but it was more of a collective consciousness thing. Now for teeth, we wanted this cocktail called bad teeth. For blood, we had the white blood cell, the red blood cell, and then the parasites. And I want to share with you a little thing I learned yesterday in case it pertains to anybody else, you know. I've been adding these radionics frequencies to our manual under, you know, like if there's one for blood, I'll add under blood, etc. I'm going through them. And what happens, whoever's running at the time, I'll test it on them. And I have one lady who has really suffered from tinnitus. She has done many things. We're talking years and years. And it'll look like something's helping, and then it backs off, and so on and so forth. Well, I had a radionics rate for tapeworm. And what you usually do, you put it in, and then you see how good of a thing it was. And it was 100% benefit to her. So I Googled, and I didn't know that tinnitus very often is related to parasites. So if you know anybody that's been suffering, you might want to have them go to, you know, a health practitioner who understands these kind of things. You know, this woman has a really good natural doctor. She is an MD, but she'll know just what to do for parasites. And wouldn't that be something if that was it? Wow. And I Googled it, and there is a connection. So anyway, going forward now, cancer, same thing. I was going to do a screencast of all this, and I said no because people will freak out. This is all etheric. This is proactive. It's not saying a person has a diagnosis. We don't do that. I want you to notice a couple of interesting things. Now, stomach, immune system, so on and so forth. This is all subtle, so these are all parts of the body we might want to take a little bit better care of. But look at this right here, remove implant. That's going to have something to say about that in a minute. And then for immune, just immune complex disease, again, all etheric. We didn't really want anything specific for flu and cold, just a little bit of immune boost. But I want to show you now, let me see if I can get to this without messing us up. We're still running. There's so much in here now, we're still running. There's your flu and cold. But I want you to see that the theme the entire time has been the gallbladder meridians. So I went in, I don't think you can see it now. Yeah, this is another thing. But we had at that time a 95% benefit of looking at implants, according to those who talk about. Are y'all familiar with etheric implants? The concept. Of course, I like what Raymond Gray says. He says, I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're even real, but people get a whole lot better when I clear them. So, that in mind, implants are typically in the gallbladder meridians. And so the fact that this kept going on with that made me wonder if we shouldn't do a clearing. And last night, that was a 95% benefit. So let's go in here. We've got three different, and I'm going to send these all to Joanna today. I have not yet sent the manual because I keep adding things to it as far as these new But let's go in here and just see. We've got 3 approaches. Let's see which of these scans we want. I have to ask again. There can be a resistance on a subconscious level to some of this. Let's ask again. Getting a little lower there with that top one. And I'm just going to keep asking until we get our answer. If we ever get our answer.
Cathy, what does the KRT stand for?
That is a series of radionics frequencies that Dr. Kersey provided me with. And just like the Malcolm Ray guy, that was radionics, and they called him Malcolm Ray. Whatever KRT is, that's what they call him.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so we may not ever get an answer here. And so we can just pick one. Let me show you each of these scans, and you all tell me. I'll ask one more time. Well, okay, we got the KRT, the very last one. But that's close enough. Let me show you all 3 of these, and you tell me which one you feel is appropriate. This is just asking, please remove and heal all mucus on my etheric blueprint. Please remove and heal all cosmic implants. It's genetic negative influences, that type of thing. That's that one. This one is just the subject matter of the implant. And this is the KRT, where you have your actual radionics rates. Any particular thoughts on this?
I believe in the rates.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. That one looks good. It's got more information.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and that's the one I would have automatically picked, but then I looked and I said, well, maybe we better. Now, by the way, everybody I worked on yesterday wanted vehicles in their scan. So I don't know what's going on with the vehicles, but it's still in there. Well, that's always a comfort that a psychosis implant is our top request. And then we've got susceptibility. This is an implant that reduces susceptibility through radionic balancing. In other words, you can be getting your sessions and nothing works because perhaps you have an implant to block it. Although the other thing that really blocks any kind of work is if your polarity is off. Everything you do, the opposite will result. An aging implant, and interferes with consciousness implant, lymph malfunction, and then look at that, we got another psychosis. That might be interesting to look at the true definition of psychosis. But regardless, let's see now what we've got here. In other words, psychosis might be just the refusal to look at reality. That's not a big benefit, so I'm not going to do that. Well, what the heck, it was number 1. Let's go ahead and amp it up. But that is not, we'll see if we want a Pro Tool for that. So, because you can see right next to it, it does say loss of contact with reality, and that's one of the things we're posting about, is that we don't see reality, part of which is we think everything is solid matter. It's not, etc., etc. Maybe that's why the group chose this. Let's just see if we want a Pro Tool. I think you can see, though, just from the scans we have on a subconscious level, some resistance to clearing these implants. Now, this is the reduced susceptibility to radionic balancing. And that would include SRC or SKIO or any of that stuff. Let's just see where we are with that. Again, we'll just go ahead and douse them in, but maybe together we're going to have a little bit better clearing. Okay, again, these are low. I'm going to try another little thing here. We have the full capability of receiving, but we're not seeing a lot of power with each individual rate. Let's see if it would. All right, look there. We just want that in the shin. We'll check the others as well. Put that in the shin. So good. Nope. Put that up there. Let's see. Sometimes there is some magic to 3, so you might want to put something in 3 times if you're getting a low response. That's a little bit better. Shin. Looks like as a group we are not real excited about getting back into touch with reality. So let's just do the same thing here. We've got it in once, we'll add it, put it 3 times and see what happens. Third time amped it up a little bit. Interferes with consciousness, and as we all know here, consciousness is the whole deal, and that's really what we should be working on, which we are with this software. again, you can play around with this any way you want. It looked like the Pro Tools in general weren't good, but you can do specifically, and just follow your gut feelings. Look at that, just that rate by itself would only be a 2% benefit. So I think we've got resistance to this. Let's, again, we'll do the same things. There he is. Look for my little buddy down there. You never are safe when the puppy is quiet.
Exactly. I was thinking that actually. It's like he doesn't make much noise.
He is a doll. He is absolutely, he's laying down here between my feet.
Aw.
And he is just a doll.
Does he have a name yet?
Well, not yet. I'm waiting.
Don't rush.
I'm telling you. it may be just dog. Who knows? Hey, well, the shin, we'll do this one here. So see if we can put this one in the shin. We now got information we might have a little stress related to lymph, and we get to have another psychosis. Now, I've been calling him Sir because my daughter likes Sir. That isn't quite feeling right.
Well, it's got to feel right to you.
We'll see, yeah.
You could do Sir Lancelot.
Oh, that's true. Sir Lancelot, what do you think of that, dog? Of course, I want to keep calling him Sprout, so I have to get past that, and I got to get past that. But yeah, Sir Lancelot, Sir something, yeah.
You could call him Sprouty.
That's true.
That's kind of the same, but, you know.
That's true. Yeah,
Sprouty.
I got to think on that.
Yeah.
Sir Sprout. I don't know. Oh, look at that, 100% better when we just put that in the shin. So
Nice.
get that going. Then I want to show you one more thing. I told you I've been listening to that creation frequency book, and it's really, in a sense, it's nothing we don't know, except he's talking about the ways to program your mind, that he has some different tips. And the challenge is to do something all the time. I don't know if any of you are doing that miracle tapping, for example. We have these embedded habits, and we try to start something new. We do it for a few days and stop. And we're trying to get to the subconscious mind, which with our SRC we can do. And he's taking this young man in the book through a series of statements. And I got to thinking we could do a series of statements in reference to these 10 stages of genocide that I've been posting about on the other side. And so, for example, the first stage of genocide, and we'll just call it genocide of the mind, is when they begin to take our medical freedom. Anyone who wanted to do energy work or have some different approaches, say to cancer, anything like that, they were labeled either as maybe just very much a kook or actually dangerous, and they were censored. So that was our first step to taking over our minds, according to the article. And so here's a sample of a statement. I'm still working on this, but if you want to write a statement for any part of your life, if you have a number one goal, it would be interesting to write it out and put it in the SRC and just run it. Here's what I'm trying to put together for this stage one. We're supposed to have the words happy, love, gratitude, that type of thing. So this is so far. I am so happy. And anytime you put I am, that's a very powerful way to start. Every day, my love for my fellow man grows deeper and stronger. I am so grateful to see clearly that the people of planet Earth are all one, and that together we have transformed. In other words, that's the other thing. Present tense. There is no time. So present tense. We have transformed the world to a state of joy and abundance. My body's self-healing ability is fully activated, so I am now free of all limiting patterns related to physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. I am so blessed for the complete medical freedom that allows me to choose my pathway to this reality. And so it'll take some more tweaking, but you get the feel.
That's nice, guys.
So, well, I think we can do a lot with this because of the equipment we have.
Right.
And so if you have, what really is interesting is to pick your number one goal. And this morning I lined up a test subject, and we'll probably do some screencasts. And she'll pick her number one goal, and then she'll write her statement. And we'll just watch it periodically and see how she does. This is a young single mother, and her child has some special needs on top of that. So we're going to see what we can do with this going forward, and she's more than happy to be the test subject. We won't identify her. I don't think you'll recognize her by voice. But I think there's a lot to this, and this is a way we can use our SRC maybe a little different way than we had anticipated.
Nice.
So here we are. Let's go back up. He turned that off so we could scan. So let's just see. Do we still want?
So I'm on day 2 of tapping. I'm tapping on procrastination, which is,
Ooh.
I know, which for me anyway, it's like going past day 2, let's put it that way. You usually start things and you do it 2 or 3 days, maybe 4 days or whatever, and then you forget. So I decided yesterday when I was tapping on something else, actually, procrastination kept coming up for, into my mind. And I'm like, well, I think maybe you need to tap on that. So
I love that. And I have been also tapping, and I'm also now doing my halo every morning. I do it first thing.
Right.
Realize the day goes. And you could write a very effective, you want to preserve our theme, by the way. You could write a very effective statement in reference to the procrastination. And they say make it absolutely miraculous. Like, for example, I have a person who wants to sell a certain piece of equipment. That's what she wants. So you don't want to just say, I want to sell this and make a good living. You might want to say you're the number one.
Right.
I'm still figuring this out. We may not want to incorporate competition, but you get the idea. In other words, don't ask for something little.
Right.
We're not just, for example, realizing we're all one. We're going to transform planet Earth.
Right.
So
that's why we're here.
Yeah, you might really enjoy that. Writing that out and just playing with it, and let's just put it to the test.
There you go.
So that's it, and we did ask to preserve this theme of the gallbladder, meridians, and acupoints. So let's see if tomorrow we're no longer psychotic. Been healed.
Hope for the best.
That's right. And
Thanks, Cathy.
Okay, thanks a lot, you guys. See you tomorrow.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
This concludes the SRC Zoom call for today. Thank you for attending. We look forward to seeing you again. Y'all take care and be well.